What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 12 of the 740 Sports Show. I'm your host, Eric, and as always, we've got Bub. Hello. Hi, Bub.
What's up?
How goes it?
It's a good Monday.
Perfect Monday. Well, welcome, Bub. We had quite the big weekend here on the 740 Sports Show.
Yeah, you tied the knot.
Tied the knot.
Got hitched.
Boys and girls, we did it. We made it. We survived. It was a fun weekend. Happy to be back to the swing of things, Bub, and doing another episode here. And boy, do we have some good stuff to talk about, man.
Yeah, big weekend of sports and the wedding.
Yes, big weekend all the way around. Started with the Ironmen on Friday night. Huge win over the McLean Tigers from Greenfield, 62-14 win. Convincing start to finish, Bub.
Cade 7 touches for 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's...
Anytime you get that kind of performance, it's going to be a long night.
Yeah, I don't know what to say anymore. I mean, we come on here and we say, we can't imagine what this week's going to bring, and then we see stuff like this. What an offensive output. 35-0 at the end of the first quarter, I think it was. And we were just watching from... We escaped the rehearsal dinner. Made our way outside where we had a little bit of service, and
all 5 guys just huddled around.
All 5 of us huddled around watching some Ironman football, and it was a great time. Ironman took care of business, moved to 8-1.
Yeah, third in the region right now.
Third in the region. Things are looking good for a home playoff game. That's going to be a lot of fun if so. But first and foremost, we got Chillicothe up next this week to wrap up a perfect FAC record, Bub. That's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's always fun.
One.
It's always fun to beat Chillicothe, too.
Oh, absolutely. You play them from Pee Wee. Yeah,
I love an opportunity to beat Chillicothe, especially when they're down. So, looking forward to that. We'll be there. I'll be there.
I'll be there.
So, the last regular season home game for the Ironmen, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Can't wait. Congrats on the big win this week, and just focus on going 1-0, take care of business this week, and playoffs will be here before we know it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The winter cold.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's a little chilly today.
It is.
Bub.
It has been the last week.
It has been. But we left Friday, had a good evening, and then we started off Saturday with some great college football action too, Bub.
A lot of good games on the noon slate.
Yeah, and actually, if you want to rewind for just a moment, there's a pretty good college football game on Friday as well between Stanford and Colorado.
Oh yeah, yeah. Colorado blowing that 29-0 lead.
29-0 at the half, and now I saw a report that there were Instagram links from Shea Sanders' account being posted at halftime of said game.
Really?
So I don't know how true this is, but that's tea. I mean, I know,
that's
but
just
like
kids today.
It is, but you had the really thing before, so it's crazy to me.
You should be on your phone at halftime.
I agree, but it's crazy. But so Stanford, big upset win. I think double overtime victory over Colorado, and that is what brought us into the Saturday slate of games here, Bub. Alabama surviving an Arkansas contest at home again.
Yeah, Alabama just kind of
underwhelming.
They don't look like a contender.
Yeah, I mean,
like that. They look like a top 25 team that's not going to get past like the top 10.
They just feel like a team that's surviving week in and week out. And honestly, maybe that's a testament to them. I mean, maybe that's a testament to the conference. I mean, I really don't know. We're seeing so much football right now that I feel like it's just kind of all over the place. Especially, we'll get to NFL yesterday. NFL was wild yesterday. So, especially at the college level, super competitive. And maybe Alabama's just surviving and advancing, and I don't know, but they don't look convincing. I expected them to take care of business this week with Arkansas, and especially at home, man. They just don't seem to have that presence. You made a pretty bold statement this week.
Yeah, this is the start of the downfall of the Nick Saban era.
Wow, I think the what was
I don't
it,
think he's
going
to be able to keep up with Neil.
Yeah.
Okay. I said 4 years, and he might be out of Bama. Not because they fire him. I think he just might be done with the college landscape the way it's shaping up to be. Not because he's a horrible coach or
anything. Well, no one's ever going to,
I could see him getting tired of the nil, the transfer portal, even though they are kind of tightening that up a little bit.
Sure.
But
yeah, could be. I don't know. Interesting to watch Alabama, though, given what we've seen the last few years from them, though. Moving to the Big Ten, though. Ohio State, Michigan, both had Big Ten blowout victories this weekend. Michigan beat Indiana. Beat the drums off Indiana. Ohio State, of course, beating Purdue 41-17.
Yeah,
or 41-7. I'm sorry.
This is the kind of raises the question: is Michigan the team to beat in college football right now?
It seems to be. I think they have the second best odds to win the championship behind Georgia.
They've been the most dominant. So far this year. There's no doubt about it. As far as who they've played and who they've beaten.
Yeah, I think their style of football seems to be the most convincing right now.
Yeah, they're a complete team.
They're a complete team, and they're dominant, man. I mean, offensively, defensively, I mean, they're going to shut you down. They're going to give up points, and they're going to score their own. So it's going to be a great game. Team up north again this year, man. I mean, it's going to be a fun one. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to keep it here in state, though, with the Bobcats, man. Ohio. Fallen to NIU this week, man. I drank the Kool-Aid. I told you, hey, let's go ahead and roll with the Bobcats on this one. Wouldn't have mattered anyway.
I tried to stay away from.
Wouldn't have mattered anyway.
I tried
but man, NIU, Curtis Work, of course, for the Bobcats. OU quarterback throwing 3 picks in this one. You don't give your team a chance if you're throwing 3 picks on the road.
And not against an NIU team that can run the ball as well as they did.
Yeah.
I didn't really see the stats for it or anything, but it seemed like the week before they controlled the ball
very
did well on the ground.
They did. Actually held both NIU, both of the main backs under 100 yards each. So actually, I think maybe 100 yards total between the two big backs. So defensively controlled the game for the most part. You I assume those turnovers put your team in bad field position.
Probably bad timing turnovers too. Sure. You get down the field and you take all that time away, and then you throw it in. In like the red zone or something. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So OU loses on the road here, and but we're going to move it out west here, man.
Yeah, this was the game of the week for me.
This was it, man. 2 top 10 opponents going head to head here, Washington and Oregon, and 36-33 final here in this one.
Yeah, I mean, Penix Jr. is just that guy.
Yeah.
Like, he threw 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Over 300 yards. Like, he's just a stud. I know I put a future on him winning the Heisman a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
And
that's really good
after seeing the performance of the potential Heisman winner, Caleb Williams, I think I'm sitting like pretty nice right now.
Yeah.
Because Bo Nix was also in the discussion.
Right. Well, of course, obviously, that's going to hurt his stock quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, that's their game.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, and you went ahead and touched on Caleb Williams, so let's just go ahead and move there, man. Notre Dame taking down USC, 48-20, man. What a huge win for the Irishmen. This is the game you've been waiting for if you're an Irish fan, right? Like, you've been surviving in these big games and getting wins, but
is it too late for Notre Dame, too?
Maybe it is. Maybe it is. But and for this year, but that's a big statement win to recruits and everything else.
That's one of the biggest wins of the season for any team.
Absolutely.
If you're looking at a best wins, Notre Dame's probably got the best win out of anybody so far.
Yeah, I would agree with that. That's a huge win right there, man. That's a big one there. So, like I said, if you're an Irish fan, that's the one you've been waiting on for quite some time now. And then, Bub, Oregon State, not on our list here.
No, but I was watching the game at the bar after the wedding.
Yeah. Sneaky 6-1 team now, or 5-1 team now.
Who was the team they took down?
I think they just took down UCLA I think they went to UCLA.
Yeah, that's who they beat this week. There was a team they beat. Was it Utah?
Oh, they beat Utah 21-7.
Yeah, in a dominating defensive fashion. They look like a good team.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to be a playoff team.
Sure.
But they could be a New Year's Six team.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, I think they're a lot of fun to watch. I like their style of play, and just another competitive team out of the Pac-12 is always fun. Yeah,
that conference is just so dominant this year.
It's
what it seems like dominant. I mean, until they start competing against the other conferences, but they haven't had the best pass against the Big Ten, the SEC.
Right.
But they look the part this year.
Yeah. So far, so good. Again, you mix Washington into the mix and Oregon, and boy, what a conference that's becoming right now.
Even
as we're seeing it fall apart.
Colorado, a middle of the pack team in Colorado, just give them a couple years, and the potential of that team or that program is just astronomical.
Yeah, absolutely. Bub, NFL Sunday, taking us through quite the whirlwind of a day.
Yeah.
This day kicked off with the Ravens and the Titans in London. Ravens picked up a win here, Bub.
It was a very close game.
Yeah.
It was I believe it was 10-6 at halftime to Raven, and then it was 17-6, and then all of a sudden Lamar throws an interception. Derrick Henry breaks off a 15-yard touchdown run.
Right.
17-13. Titans go for an onside kick.
Yeah.
Or whatever the final score was. I know the Titans had an onside kick because it was the second week in a row that London's gotten to see an onside kick.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's a nice stat. Didn't know
last
that.
week the Bills versus Jaguars.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Interesting. They're seeing good football over there, then, bub.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I like these 9:30 games because I kind of wake up forgetting they're on, and then it's like, oh wait, there's football on already.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I don't have to just watch NFL Countdown. So
and being a parent, that's got to help you get through the day a little bit quicker.
I'm not going to pretend that it hurts, bub. It doesn't hurt.
I would if I had a toddler, I would love to have football on all day.
Yeah, we just sit and rock it, man.
Yeah.
Like Jackson and I will sit and watch 4 games, and he'll just sit and scream and go, oh, I have no idea what's going on. But I like that NFL Sundays are kicking off with these games. I think this ended up being an 8-point victory for the Ravens here. I think the line was like 9.5 or something. They didn't cover, but they got a big win against the Titans in London. Furthermore, I heard the Ravens talking about this experience. Seemed like everyone was having a blast. So the London experience seems to be going super well for the NFL team. So I thought that was interesting. We're going to keep it in the division here, but move it to the afternoon. The Bengals took on the Seahawks, bub.
Tight one.
Fun one.
Yeah, started off.
We talked a lot
like
during
a barn
this
burner.
One, man. Yeah.
Seahawks came out firing on all cylinders, had 6 passing, 6 rushing attempts, and then all of a sudden they're in the end zone.
Right.
Bengals come back and kind of do the same thing, a little more passing oriented than running, but still the same result, 7-7, and from there kind of slowed down a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously those offenses slowed down. Defenses tightened up, too. I thought the defenses played pretty well as that game went on.
Physical game. Very physical game.
Yeah. And this was a lot of fun. I thought that there was times where Joe looked like he was back, man.
Yeah, and then he had his second half. He was just kind of throwing receivers a little behind.
Yeah.
Underthrew that ball to Jamar, that deep pass, but at least they're taking the shot to Jamar.
Right.
He's getting the ball out quick, but it's at least on a good line. He's just missing a few, but he'll get back to it. You get to 3-3 at the middle of the season, right before your bye week. Give him another week to rest.
Right. Well, this
happy.
This is exactly what we were talking about 2 weeks ago as being best case scenario for the Bengals.
Exactly.
Right?
And this is what it is.
Exactly, and this is where you're sitting right now. Joe's starting to look like himself again. The Joe in the second half, I'm going to kind of attribute. I'm not going to try to be this person. I'm going to attribute to play calling. He just never got in a rhythm.
Yeah.
The offense never got in a rhythm or a groove. So I'm going to pull a little bit of that away from him and say I would have liked to have seen the offense shape up a little better.
That's
overall.
kind of been like a gripe for me. You can get Jamar moving around pre-snap and everything, but you never really see that unless they're down going into the half. They come out the second half and then you see him moving around. It's just weird how Taylor's offense it's only one half oriented.
Well, it
seems like he prepares for a game.
It seems like he prepares for a half, and then at halftime he prepares for the second half. I think is where you're saying.
But then credit to Lou Anarumo, the Bengals D coordinator. He makes really good adjustments, and he always has that second half defense.
Well, as you and I were texting about this one, obviously we raved about Joe, but we also said, whoa, the Bengals are getting gashed. What's going on here? Talked about mixing up those looks in the fronts, which we didn't really see as much of as I hoped to.
No, you didn't really see a bunch
They
of
just kind of tightened up, though. They just kind of just started playing better ball.
Especially the interior defensive line.
Yeah,
and once it got down to the goal line or the red zone, the interior defensive line came up with a couple huge sacks.
Right.
So it was all around. It was a good team win, and on to the bye week, and then you come back and you get the 49ers.
Right, and like you said, though, you take on the Cardinals in Arizona, you get that one. You take on the Seabirds at home.
Yep.
You take your bye week. You're sitting 3-3 right now, and then you got a week to prepare for a 49ers offense who is a little bit banged up and coming off of the upset, probably the upset of the week against the Browns, man. That Browns defense dominant in this one. I actually took the over on this one. 36 points on the over.
Yeah, which seemed like a given.
It pushed. So it was exactly 36. So I got my money back.
Well, I took the 49ers and money line and that kicker.
Yeah.
That kicker missing that kick. It was a 42-yard kick lined right up the middle, and he just...
I saw some Browns fan account posts like... Was it Jake Moody, the kicker's name?
Yeah,
was there with his entire family yesterday in Cleveland. Got a photo before the game and everything.
That's tough.
Tough one.
Tough
one. Obviously, one you hopefully bounce back from. But man, what a great day if you're a Browns fan.
Oh, that defense.
Yeah,
that defense. I mean, you got teams like that. You got the Steelers. I mean, I'm not going to put the 49ers. They got a great defense, but they don't rely on their defense as much as the Steelers or the Browns do to generate their offense.
Well, right now I would disagree. Maybe they are because of the quarterback situation. You got Chubb out, but Kareem Hunt stepped up, filled in well. I thought.
Absolutely.
I thought that offense moved well. I thought Amari Cooper played pretty well.
Yeah,
had
some
some big
game.
catches. I think at one point he had like 3 catches for like 96 yards or something astronomical. So I could be wrong on that stat line, but I think I remember just seeing huge numbers from his yards per catch. But great win for the
dog pound, another win.
And the Niners, I'm sure that Purdy's worst performance hands down.
Yeah, nobody's panicking on the 49ers.
Yeah.
Everybody loses a game in a season.
Well, I mean, they already beat the law of averages, right? Yeah. Like, this should have happened long before now. So it did. You move on next week, you regroup, and you figure it out.
Still top of the NFC.
Yeah, I mean, you had a hard time with the Cleveland Browns defense. Congratulations. So does 30 other teams, I should say. The Eagles, though, played a similar role to that of the Niners yesterday. Fell to Bub, the gosh damn Jets.
Yeah, both unbeaten NFC teams going down to AFC teams.
Interesting.
What's that mean?
I mean, this is something we talked about earlier in the year, right before the season began, was about how much more competitive the AFC looked than the NFC. So,
and I would like to see the numbers so far of the NFC versus the AFC, what the head-to-head is.
Sure.
But no, it was a great win for the Jets. They kind of grinded it out.
Yeah.
Hurts just had a bad game.
Yeah.
3 picks, I believe.
Had a bad game, but he made a play, and I texted you this. Did you ever end up seeing this play?
I never seen it.
I'll find it for you, man. He made a play where he was escaping, and he was escaping the rush. It was a blitz. He was escaping the rush. He was escaping it, rolled out to the right, and he's got a defender. When I tell you draped on him, man, he's fighting this defender for 20 yards while he runs laterally. It's insane.
Yeah.
And then makes a throw to A.J. Brown. It was only like an 11-yard completion, but it was like an 18-yard throw on the money against the sideline. What a play, man. You could tell Jalen Hurts squats a lot. A lot.
A.J. Brown did look a little frustrated in that game. I know Hurts missed him on a deep ball.
He did.
And then I don't know what the other one was, but he was very frustrated after that one. And
it also
just one of those games.
It also seemed as though, too, Hurts didn't play his best game. No one's questioning that. No. But if anyone should get a pass from that at this point, I think it would be Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
It also seemed like the Eagles receivers were frustrated with the officiating, too. It seemed like they were getting... They felt as though... I saw Devonta Freeman also
more
upset.
Aggressive defensive
Yeah, or not Devonta Freeman. I'm sorry, Devonta Smith.
Yeah.
I saw him upset as well. It just seemed like maybe holding or something along that in the defensive backfield. So don't know if it was Jalen all the way around. Don't know if it was just the frustration of the loss. Zach Wilson, man, continues though to get it done.
3-3 now.
Yeah, I mean, if you're a Jets fan, obviously
you might be holding your breath for Aaron Rodgers to come back this season. There's a lot of talks about it.
That's just crazy to me. Though.
I know.
I know. That's crazy to me. I don't know what gnome's going to be performing medication stuff on his leg to get him back, but that would be. That would beat the AP.
A lot of biofreeze.
A lot of biofreeze. Yeah, okay. Here we are. Some notable teams who were off this week, though, Bub. Obviously, the Steelers were off this week, and the Packers were off this week.
Yep.
So, Steelers, hopefully we can regroup on the offensive side and keep things moving on the defensive side. Packers, I think they got to regroup all the way around. Coming off of a tough week last week too. So probably good bye weeks for both of those teams. And then now, but this is a segment I have been waiting for.
The one you thought of?
The one, well, it was my idea. Thank you. It was my idea. But you agreed to it, and that's what counts. So, it's time. At the end of each episode, you always hit the folks with the bye, right? Bye. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to do Bub's buys and sells.
I like it.
Aren't you excited?
Absolutely.
We got some NFL teams here that I'm curious to see what your opinion is, Bub, because I think you've done some great things in the NFL gambling world. Not as well as you've done with the college football world. You've done some great things with the college football world.
Yeah.
Your knowledge is impeccable. I'm going to test you on the NFL stuff, though,
okay.
Bub. Right now, we got the Detroit Lions sitting at 5-1 playing great football right now. Are you buying or selling the Detroit Lions as division winners?
I'm buying.
Yeah!
Buying them.
Buying the Lions, the 5-1 Lions. up in the division.
Even with the Demon injury this week,
okay,
I'm a big fan of Jahmyr Gibbs. I think he's going to do a lot of big things for that offense.
Yeah.
This is kind of his game to show what he's got.
Yeah.
As far as the Lions, they got a good passing game. Goff looks solid.
I like what they're doing with Goff. They are letting him sling it. I think I saw yesterday he was leading the league in attempts and completions 20 yards downfield.
Really?
Like, yeah. And that's...
But, I mean, him and Amon-Ra, they just got their thing going.
They're figuring it out, man. I mean, yeah that's insane. So I like what you're saying with the Lions there, man.
And then you got the Vikings. They got Justin Jefferson hurt. Packers aren't looking the hottest. Bears are in a immediate decline with Fields being out.
Yeah, Fields
so, I mean, the division's wide open. The Lions are the top gun.
Yep.
I just think they keep rolling and they win it.
All right. I like that, man. 5-1 Lions playing good football right now. Now, Bub, the Ravens... They're playing good football, too, leading the division right now. Are you buying or selling the Ravens winning the AFC North?
I'm selling that.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm selling that.
Not buying that, bub.
I don't know who's going to win it, to be honest with you. It's up in the air.
Yeah.
I would say I would probably choose the Browns to win it over the Ravens.
Okay.
What if there's a healthy Deshaun?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Obviously, Nick Chubb's not coming back this season, but I think you got a Kareem Hunt that's been a veteran for that offense.
Right.
Over the last few seasons, so I think I'm gonna have to sell the Ravens winning the division. I can't give you who's going to win it.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to be the Ravens.
I'm going to sell for similar reasons. The biggest one being their inability. They're not healthy at the running back position, and I don't think that you get it done with Gus Edwards and the crew in the long term. I just don't against good running defensive opponents. I just don't.
Justice Hill has looked pretty good as well.
Yeah, Justice Hill as well. I'm sorry.
That's the thing about the Ravens is you got to have kind of smoke and mirrors offense. You got to do a lot of read option. You got to do RPO. You got to get Lamar out in space. There's a lot of things. You keep him as a pocket passer. He's a good passer. Like, I mean, he's proven it through his career, but if you do kind of keep him within the pocket, you have a way better chance against
I guess I'm looking at it from this perspective, and I'll just put it point blank as we'll move on here. I'm looking at it from the perspective of I don't believe the Ravens offense is as good as the Bengals defense, the Browns defense, or even the Steelers defense. So I'm with you on the Ravens. I'm selling the Ravens as well, bub. Right now, though, coming off of the now 5-1 49ers, coming off of a loss to an AFC North Browns team yesterday.
Yeah.
Are you buying or selling the 49ers as still the best team in the league?
I mean, I'm not hitting the panic button on them.
Okay.
I think with a healthy CMC and a healthy Debo, you get that offense back. Brandon Ayuk's playing great ball.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be buying.
Yeah. Buying.
But yeah, I don't think the CMC injury is anything too crazy or anything like that.
Yep.
So yeah.
All right.
And that defense is just unbelievable.
Yeah. Defense is unreal. Obviously you took one on the but hey, tough environment too in Cleveland, man. That place was booming yesterday. Absolutely rocking. When the dog pound gets a sense that they're gonna eat, man.
Yeah, it was just one of those games. You leave somebody in there for that long, they're gonna come back to bite you.
Right.
Browns. Yeah, you like that one?
I see that.
The Browns stole one there, so. But no, I'm not hitting the panic button. I do think the 49ers are all around the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
But we got 11 more weeks, 12 more weeks to figure that out. Whatever, 10.
Whatever
it's flying by. Whatever it is, it's flying by.
Whatever the collective bargaining agreement says, Bob. Well, all right. Moving on. Last one here, Bob. The Chiefs won the Super Bowl a year ago. A lot of people think it's there to lose. Are you buying or selling the Chiefs' game to lose right now?
I'm selling the Chiefs.
All right.
I don't think they're the. I mean, they're always in the hunt with Patrick Mahomes and a healthy Kelsey.
Sure.
But I think there's just teams out there that are more fit to win a Super Bowl this year.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I like the Chiefs a lot. This one actually might be where we differ, believe it or not. Only because I could see this Chiefs team putting it all together. They looked really convincing on defense. I know it was against the Broncos, but against the Broncos, everyone's
it's just so
against that team.
Reliant.
I know. It is very Patty reliant. It is very Patty heavy, but if I got to bet on one guy in the league,
maybe
that's the guy you bet on.
No,
too.
I mean,
so,
it is.
That's kind of where so I don't know, man. For the time being, I'm seeing a lot of good football being played by other teams. I would probably buy this one though, man. I would. The Chiefs to lose until someone proves otherwise to me.
Then you gotta say
Brady.
bye.
Then I gotta say Bye on the Chiefs. On the Chiefs to lose. We're going to turn back time here, but we're going to stop looking ahead here. We got Monday Night Football tonight. I'm excited about Monday Night Football tonight.
That kind of is looking ahead.
This is going to be, well, we were looking ahead. Shut up. Anyway, we got Monday Night Football tonight. Cowboys at the Bolts. Who you like in this one, bub?
Cowboys are coming in 3-2. The Chargers are 2-2. Playing at Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm. Yep, at the Chargers tonight.
I'm going to have to take the Chargers.
All right. You like the Chargers in this one. I think the line's 1.5 on this game.
It is. Chargers getting 1.5. I think the Chargers are going to win 31-27.
Okay. All right. Bub, taking the Chargers. I like the Chargers in a similar score. I'm holding the Chargers to 27 in this one. Holding the Chargers to 27. With that Cowboys defense, I think that they get 27 still yet, and I think that the Cowboys are going to get 21. So giving the Bolts in this one by 6. And then that's going to it's a one Monday night game, bub.
Yeah, it's a one-nighter.
It's a
one-gamer.
It's a one-gamer tonight, and
good game though. It's gonna be a good one to watch.
It's going to be a heck of a game. I'm looking forward to this one. Should be fun. And
can the AFC take down the NFC again?
Ooh.
And there's a pretty good, equivalent teams in their respective conferences, I believe.
Yeah, I would think so as well. We'll go ahead and get an Instagram post up for this. We'll see what Instagram has to say.
Yeah, get a little vote.
Yeah, get a poll going for us.
Yeah,
here,
poll.
This has been episode 12, so we appreciate you tuning in, taking the time to check us out, to watch us. Keep an eye out for, we're going to be posting some of these cards that we've been revealing to you guys to our Instagram page, the 740 Sports Show, at 740 Sports Show. So keep an eye out for that. And also, we're going to have a little sub video, bub. A small clipper.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like a ham and cheese with Doritos on the side.
Not having a ham and cheese. Okay, stick around for Bub's DIY ham and cheese and Dorito video.
I could do that.
But before we get to that, we are going to have our video about the weekend festivities.
Oh yeah,
the wedding. We had some real fun with some of our real good friends. Longtime horrible friend Tyler Williams was there.
Mooch. Yes,
Mooch. 740 Sports Show veteran Andrew was there.
And still, but
yeah, and Egghead Fat Man Justin was there. So we had Munkle was there. So we had a great time, and it's going to be 5-10 minutes of our nonsense, but it was fun. Mm-hmm. It was fun.
Longer than my speech.
Longer than Bub's speech, which was also just a blast. What a time. So Bub, do you have anything for the people before we head out?
Not tonight. I don't really do it any night, but not tonight. Especially not tonight. Especially not tonight.
All right, especially not tonight, I'm being told. Well, as always, thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you like this video, hit like. If you want to share it with somebody,
share it with
somebody. Share.
Yeah, hit share.
All right,
hit share.
Perfect. Yeah, there you go.
Hit share.
Wow, we don't have to reinvent the wheel here.
Well, somebody could somebody that wasn't taught how to share, they could hit share.
Anyway, what a time. Thank you for tuning in. If you like this episode, do all of those things that Bubba rambled about. And until next time, we will see you on the 740 Sports Show.
Bye.